ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा. Namaste to all. Today, 12th February is a very auspicious day. Just like we celebrate Sri Ramanavami, just like we celebrate Krishna Janmashtami, every Vedic follower must celebrate this day. Celebrate means celebration in true aspect, true sense. As per me, it's only one thing: telling Dhanyavad to Paramatma, giving thanks to Paramatma, and also remembering the day, remembering the sacrifices what a rishi had done for us, for all of us. Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati, he was born on 12th February, I think 201 years back. And Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati, he lived a life for all of us and he died for all of us. The difference between a common person like us and Maharishi is very simple. And not only Maharishi and any other rishi, the difference between is very simple. दुख मिलने पर भी वे लोग दुखी नहीं होते हैं. Everybody gets dukkha when they are in sharir. Even a rishi who is living today, he also gets dukh. He also gets, sharirik dukh. But they never attain dukhi. They will never become dukhi. We all get dukh. We will always get dukhi. Morning to evening, at least 100 times we will be dukhi in a day. Minimum 1000 times sometimes. In every instance we will get dukhi. But the difference between us, common people like us and ऋषि is ऋषि पर्वत के समान दुख मिलने पर भी वो दुखी नहीं होते. Maharishi life, if you carefully analyze, he was poisoned and mercilessly killed. We all know that. And even after such a situation where blood was oozing from his body, he never was dukhi. He was on pain, for sure he was on pain, but he was not dukhi. All credits to his great tapasya and also his shraddha on Paramatma. Unshakable faith on Paramatma. People like us, when we get some dukh in our life, we start doubting Paramatma exists or not. Like, one person whom I know several years back, 5-6 years back, got COVID. That person was doing Agnihotra every day. So when I got a call, I am doing everyday Agnihotra. Why I got COVID? I am the only one who is worshipping Paramatma in my house by doing Agnihotra. I do the Om Jap, name Jap, etc. But nobody else got COVID in my house. Only I got COVID. So this is Sanshaya Atma. But see, on the other hand, Maharishi was poisoned. He was poisoned and all his internal organs got cut by the glass pieces or diamond pieces. It got cut and then poison spread across his body. Even in that situation, he did not had slightest doubt on Paramatma. That is the difference between people like us and people like us means people who are following Vedas, and people like Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati or Mayacharya. They never have doubt on Paramatma. Tato na vichikitsati says Yajurveda. Yajurveda says, Yastu sarvani bhutani atmannev anupashyati sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam tato na vichikitsati. A person after anupashyati, after attaining vidya, after doing Ashtanga Yoga Tapasya, after understanding the philosophy of Vedas, after realizing Paramatma, he will never get any sanshaya in his life. Come what may, he will not get sanshaya about Paramatma. He will not get sanshaya about anything. He will not get any philosophical doubts about Paramatma and related things. So that is what we must learn from Maharishi's life. Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, he also, during death, by seeing his death, I think Acharya Gurudat, he became follower of Maharishi. He was an atheist, I think. I don't remember the right person name, but there was one person, I think it was Gurudat. He was atheist and he was the only person whom Maharishi could not convince about Paramatma. Because Maharishi was already sick, he could not do Shastra. So he could not convince Acharya Gurudat. But still, Acharya Gurudat was close friend of Maharishi. So he used to visit Maharishi, and by seeing the death of Maharishi, he became a disciple of Maharishi. He started believing Paramatma by seeing his death alone. Such is the greatness of Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. And we all, what we must do on this pious day, we must remember Maharishi by doing Agnihotra. We must take sankalp to leave bad habits. We must take sankalp to do Indri Sanyam. Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati ji, my Acharya used to say, greatest example of Naishtik Brahmachari in the Kali Yuga. Maharishi was great Naishtik Brahmachari. My Acharya, he was telling that, Maharishi's memory power was so tej. Because of his Brahmacharya Shakti and Tapasya, Maharishi could remember even languages without understanding the meaning. When somebody spoke in English for several minutes, Maharishi could repeat the same dialogues without he does not know English. Maharishi did not know English, but he could repeat the sentences without understanding the language because of his memory power. So that is the, greatness of Brahmacharya Shakti. So we must always, on this pious day, we must take sankalp in our life to change our life towards Vedas. Number one, we must take sankalp that, hey Paramatma, hey Maharishi, I am your disciple, indirect disciple, not your direct disciple, but I am taking sankalp today that I will not do any sins in my life, and I will start every day Paramatma Upasana by doing Agnihotra. I will leave meat eating, non-veg eating. I will leave the bad habits such as liquor drinking or smoking, if at all somebody has that habit. Like, I get many questions that, sir, unfortunately, I have to eat non-veg. Unfortunately, doctor has prescribed me to eat egg, so I have to eat egg. Sir, can I eat non-veg and also do Agnihotra? This kind of questions comes to me often. But see, I just replied, yesterday also one gentleman messaged me, that I just replied that Paramatma says in Vedas, do not consume non-veg food. So he's saying, sir, is it okay because doctor has prescribed, is it okay or not? Is it okay or not? Again and again he was asking. So I said, sir, I have replied to you. Paramatma has told don't eat non-veg. So that is enough. Why you want a reply from me? We have to follow Paramatma's reply, not my reply, right? So please understand, on today's pious day, we must take such sankalp to leave this kind of, it's a sin. We do not have right to steal away others' life. We do not have that right. There used to be a story in Mahabharata where the Rishi says, the Rishi got sick and the Rishi was given a medicine prescription. The Rishi was told that you must eat fish, something like that. Somebody tells the Rishi that you must eat fish. I think it's a story in Mahabharata or Panchatantra, I forgot. So the Rishi will say in reply that, you want me to kill somebody else to make my life sustain. Why will I do that? Why will I kill an innocent animal so that I should live my life in this body? I will never do that. And this is against the Agya of Paramatma. So this is what is the lesson we must learn in our life and take sankalp on today, on this auspicious day, that follow Maharishi's path, follow Brahmacharya, take sankalp at least and try your best possible effort to follow Indri Sanyam, follow Brahmacharya, follow Vedic, proceedings. Maharishi never left Vedas. Maharishi lived his life, Maharishi did Ved. See, if you see his life, 20 years he reaches, when he was around 20 years of age or 21 years of age, he starts his education with his guru. And he died at the age of 59. Suppose I start my education, I need at least 7 to 10 years time to understand the basics, go into depth and understand everything. But Maharishi, by 59, he wrote several books. He wrote Veda Bhashya. He completed Yajurveda Bhashya. He completed 7 mandals of Rig Veda, or 6 mandals fully. And 7th mandal also he wrote something before his death. And he wrote Sanskara Vidhi. He wrote Rigvedadi Bhashya Bhumika. He wrote Gokarna Nadi. He travelled across the country by doing Ved Prachar. He met British people to give, he went to many people to take signature and thumb impression from crores of Indians to submit a memo to British government that please stop Go Hatya in our country. You cannot allow Hatya of Go Mata in our country. So he did that activity. He travelled. Those days there is no aeroplane. The train speed was less than 25-30 kilometers per hour. Today the train speed is 100 odd. Like we have that Vande Bharat, Shatabdi, etc. High speed train and flight is available. In those days he travelled from left to east to west to north to south, and then he also continued his tapasya. Without tapasya, nobody can touch Ved Bhashya. Please understand. You cannot write Ved Bhashya without doing tapasya, right? How somebody can interpret Vedas without doing tapasya? So he was a great tapasya. See, he had very limited time and he did unlimited thing because of his adherence to Brahmacharya principle, because of his adherence to Satya. I was listening to an Arya Samaj Acharya. He was telling that Maharishi told that मेरे उंगलियों को जला दो, मेरी उंगलियों को ना बत्ती जैसे समिधा है ना, समिधा जैसा भी जला दो, फिर भी मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूँगा. See the statement. मेरे उंगलियों को बत्ती बनाकर जला दो, तब भी मैं सत्य ही बोलूँगा. This is the prapti he has attained in his life. Today we start speaking lies for small bribe. Taking bribe, we start speaking lies. After taking bribe, we will tell that I have not taken bribe. We do not have any Shakti inside us to speak truth. But Maharshi says the statement that burn my fingers to ashes, then also I will speak only truth. This is what we must learn. This is called a celebration, that learning his knowledge and adopting his knowledge in our life is called a celebration, real celebration. We celebrate Rama Navami, but we never understand the life of Rama. Rama also struggled a lot in his life. But Maharishi struggled, like Maharishi was killed because he was in a terrible situation after he got poisoned. Before he got poisoned, he travelled across the country to spread Vedas, and every disciple of Maharishi is a great Ved Vidwan. So today is a very, very important day to remember Maharishi and spread Maharishi and destroy the misconceptions about Maharishi. People say that Maharishi was a drunkard, Maharishi was a drug addict. People say this. Maharishi used to take drug addiction, etc. No, he did not. He was not. Yes, he told in his life story only, he told he went to one place. When he was searching for a guru, he went to one place, and in that place they gave him some drug. Mixed in the food, they gave him drug for 1 month or something like that. He told, after taking the food, I always remained like an unconscious state. I thought people said this is the bliss of our Guruji, etc., etc. Then later on he found out the secret and then he escaped. He told, and he had daringness to speak the truth. We do not have daringness. We have daringness to curse a rishi. We do not have daringness to speak the truth. We do not have daringness to follow Brahmacharya. We do not have daringness to do Paramatma Upasana. We do not have any daringness, but we have daringness to speak bad against others, to do Ragadvesh, to not to fear Paramatma. These daringness we have. So on today's 12th February is a very, very important day. We must try to remember Maharishi and follow his preachings in our life. For people who does not know Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, please read Satyartha Prakash, the light of truth in English. Satyartha Prakash. All your problems, misconceptions will come down. But that is not enough. After reading or while reading Satyartha Prakash, you must start Ishvara Upasana. You must try to search an Acharya. Thereby you can follow Vedas in your life. Very, very important turning point in our life when we start and adopt Satyartha Prakash. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.